Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel! Woo! Woo! Today I'm going to be sharing with you a tutorial on how to achieve this fall-inspired makeup look. You like it? Now that it's September, I just wanted to do something that screamed fall. I love fall. I think everyone does. Obviously, you get presents, there's Halloween, all the fun things happen. Especially I love it because it's my birthday, October 27th, in case you wanted to buy me a diamond necklace. No? Okay, that's fine. You know, up to you. So needless to say, the fall season is one of my favorite times of year, if not my absolute favorite. So I wanted to do something that was bold and exciting and just perfect for the fall trends that are coming up. If you love fall as much as I do and are just as excited, go ahead and hit that like button for me right down below. And if you are interested in seeing more beauty and fashion and food content in the future, go ahead and hit subscribe. I post a new video every single Sunday. Alright, that's all I've got for you, so go ahead and keep watching to see how you can create this fall-inspired makeup look. Bye! Okay, so today we're going to start with the eyes. There I am, fresh-faced and ready to go. We're going to be using an eye primer. I really like the Too Faced eye primer because I have really dry eyelids and it's very moisturizing. Then I'm going to pick up my Modern Renaissance palette and a blending brush, and we're going to go in with Burnt Orange as our crease color. So you just want to begin blending this into your crease. Pressing it into the socket is a really good way to get it in a good placement. I am blending it upward and outwards just because it's a little bit more dramatic. And then we're going to go in with raw sienna just to create a little bit more dimension. And in between, I'm taking a brush that doesn't have any product on it, and I'm using that to blend everything out seamlessly. Then I'm going to go in with red ochre, and I'm going to use this to define that lower V part of my eyelid. And I'm going in with more of an angled blending brush for this. And again, just really blending everything out. You want to take your time with this so everything's nice and seamless. I'm going to be using the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk on my lid, and that's just to make the colors I'm going to put next a little bit more pigmented and bright. The first lid color I'm going to be going in with is a MAC eyeshadow in Cranberry, and it's really, really pretty. It matches my shirt in this video, so I thought it was perfect for fall. I'm going to be applying this on the inner corner and the outer corner, leaving that middle part of my lid blank because I'm going to be putting something brighter there a little bit later. And I'm kind of doing almost like a cut crease technique, but not quite because we're going to be blending that out a little bit more. So you just want to go ahead and do a windshield wiper motion and go back and forth just to create more definition and really get that cranberry color in there. I'm going to use the same brush that I used for that burnt orange and raw sienna to blend everything out so it's more seamless, and clearly I am getting into my jams. I'm going to be using Love Letter Next, which is definitely my favorite color from the palette, and that's just going to help pull everything together. Then I'm going to go back in with that burnt orange, and again we're just going to continue to go back and forth and just blend, apply more color, blend, apply more color. And then finally, we're going to fill in that middle part of my lid with all three of these really beautiful, lighter kind of champagne shades. So we're going to be putting that in the middle, and then we're going to go back so we don't lose any of that cranberry color and just keep applying it and then blending it out. Then I'm going to be taking a pencil brush with Cyprus Umber, which is this really pretty dark brown, and I'm using this to make a little bit of a smokier look, keeping it nice and low on that lid and then blending it out. And then I'm going to be using Cray from the Naked Basics palette to define my lash line. I'm not a huge fan of liquid eyeliner for myself because I have really small lids, so I like to use an eyeshadow instead. Finally, I'm just going to clean it up with a makeup wipe and create a really sharp, defined edge to make it even more dramatic. We're going to take a break from the eyes and move on to the face. I'm going to start by priming with my favorite primer, which is the Makeup Forever Hydrating Primer. It keeps my dry skin nice and moisturized. And then we're going to go in with one of my favorite foundations, which I have a brand new one in this video. Pretty cool. It's that Ultra HD Stick Foundation. I use 115. And then I'm just going to be putting that all over my face and then blending it out with that oval brush, which is super dense and just makes blending so easy. I'm obsessed with this. It's all I use for my foundation now. To conceal any redness or blemishes, I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal Crayon Concealer. I use it in fair or light. And I'm just going to use this to kind of blend out anything that is like an imperfection, any blemishes, anything like that. And then I'm going to go in with the other concealers I use, which are the Dark Circle Concealer and the NARS Creamy Concealer. And I use that for my under eye circles. And then I'm just going to blend it all out with a smaller oval brush, which is great. They come in so many different sizes, so super versatile. And to set everything, I'm going to be using the Mercier Translucent Setting Powder, and this is fantastic for keeping everything in place all day, so I'm going to go ahead and just lightly powder my face with that. I wanted to do a really subtle contour, so I used one of those teeny tiny oval brushes and created just a really light line. And I start at the top of where my ear is, and I kind of just carve out my cheekbones really lightly, but I'm using an upwards motion, so I don't drag it down too far and I don't make it look muddy or weird. And then I just reached for a denser brush that's a little bit bigger to kind of buff everything out, and again, you want to really go with an upwards motion to keep everything looking smooth and seamless. And obviously I want to contour the rest of my face so I don't look like I just have only really defined cheekbones. So I'm going to go ahead and lightly contour the sides of my face, underneath my jawline and my chin. To give my face some much needed warmth, I'm going to be using my favorite bronzer of all time. It is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Bronzer in Park Avenue Princess. I'm just going to dust this up above that contour on the sides of my face and kind of go anywhere I put the contour shade. And after that, I'm going to go in with the Rockateur blush, which is one of my favorite blushes to use during the fall. It's a really pretty mauve color. And I'm going to highlight with Pink Heart and Blue Ice from the Moonchild Glow Kit. I, like I'm sure everybody else, like a really dramatic highlight, so I use my finger to go in afterwards just to make it a little bit brighter, a little bit more pigmented, and then I'm going to blend everything out with a stippling brush. Moving on to brows, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in medium brown, and I use this to kind of just create the general shape. Today I got a little bit crazy with the brows, but the cool thing about it is that it's okay if you make them a little bit oversized or if they're just not the shape you want, because you can achieve that just by using concealer, which you'll see me do later, so don't be scared, I'm gonna fix it. I like to brush down so I can see where I need to fill in any spaces for the top part of my brow, so it's a good trick to keep in mind. And then after you create that basic structure for your arch, you just want to go in and start kind of filling it in as if you're creating little tiny hairs so it looks more natural. And you can always just blend out your work by just brushing the spoolie through your brows. Then I'm going to be going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Powder Duo in medium brown, and I'm just going to be using an angle brush to fill in the front part of my brow with the lighter shade, and then I'll take the darker shade to define the tail.
This eyebrow is out of control.
Finally, we can go in and fix those crazy brows. I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Concealer. Mine is in 0.5. I'm very fair. And I'm going to use this to kind of fix the shape, make sure that they're not too big, make sure that they're even, all that good stuff. And I just use a flat liner brush for this. You definitely want to make sure that you blend everything out with your finger so there aren't any lines. You can't tell that there's concealer there, so make sure that you're going in pretty thoroughly with that. I'm just going to go in and do a last little bit of definition with that arch and fix anything I might have missed, and then I am done with the brows. I'm going to be using Crave again on that lower lash line, just with a liner brush in the outer corner first, and then I'm going in with a pencil brush for the burnt orange, and I'm going to use that to blend everything out so it's nice and smoky. I'm going to go back in with Cranberry and put that also on the lash line. And then I'm going to take a little bit of those champagne shades down below as well, just to pull everything together. My favorite inner corner and brow highlight is the Makeup Peak Shadow in Shimma, so I'm going to be using that. I am almost out. Need to order a new one. And I'm just going to use that to create a nice highlight on my brow and on my inner corner, and then blend everything out. I'm going to set my brows with some clear brow gel. And then finally, to finish off the eyes, just adding mascara, of course. I'm going to go in first with the Benefit Roller Lash, and then after that I'm going to go in with the Smashbox Full Exposure. The finishing touch is, of course, the lipstick, so I'm going to start out with a dark brown lip liner from Jordana. It's called COCO LOCO. And I'm going to use this just for the inner corners of my lips, and I'm going to blend it out with my finger here in a second, just to kind of create almost an ombre effect. I'm going to use a clear lip liner for the middle parts of my lips, and that's just to make sure that nothing bleeds out throughout the day. First, I'm going to go in with the MAC lipstick in Dark Side, which is this really beautiful dark cranberry color, and I'm going to be applying that to my lips. And this is similar to the brows, guys. It looks really messy, but you can always fix it with concealer, so don't ever stress about darker shades. And finally, I'm going to go in with the Ultra Metallic Lip from ColourPop in 3-Way, and just put that on the middle part and kind of go ahead and define my lips with that. Makes it nice and sparkly, makes it a little bit more interesting, a little bit different than your usual bold lip. Now we're just going to go ahead and clean everything up with some concealer once again and make everything look nice and structured and smooth. And there you go, that is the final look. Thank you all so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you guys next week. Bye!